Hello guys, it's Kimirafer and welcome to another video, and this is episode 10 of my modded Minecraft Let's Play. So I thought, why not give a world tour? I never did it to start with, so I mean, it's a big world, so let's look at it. So basic situation of this world, it was created right as the pandemic began, so around, I think it was March 2020, just about. And it was started as a server with friends. I think like 7 or 8 of us played on the server at the start. Now I'm the only one playing, so it's a single player world now. So yeah, the world has been changed since the start. Quite a lot has been built on it. Some have built more than others. So yeah, anyway, to start with, let's maybe just look at the map, see how the land is that we've built on, and go from there, base by base. Most of the focus will be on my base, of course. It's the most extensive one, but we'll look at all the other bases as well. So if we look at the map, basically we have a huge ocean here that extends to here a bit. I think these are connected, yeah, through these narrow passages, or just not connected. But this is an absolutely huge ocean, goes a couple thousand blocks. And here we see my base. So this is my compound area. Here we have Sliver's base, that's naturally generated. Lisa, Pyro, that's not on, and Jojo. Yeah, you see the shape of it. It's yeah, I'm not going to comment on it, but that's about the base. A lot has been, well, explored. Even I think Jojo even at one point had a portal set for 50,000 blocks west or east, I think. Yeah, east. Not completely sure. But yeah, there was a project going on there, but that never got finished. So anyway, this is my base, and we're gonna start here. I'll cut between the bases, but as we start in mine, I can just go straight into it. So the building is a modern house design from I can't remember the name of the designer at the moment, but you can find it on billionblocks.com. Recreated it as best as I could with modded blocks. So normally it uses quartz as it's a vanilla build, but that's hella expensive, and we have marble, and that's what it's trying to recreate. So I mean, let's just use marble then. This shouldn't be bricks. Alright, I'll have to change that. That should be marble. I don't know how that got... Yeah, some of these got changed. I have absolutely no clue. Might have misclicked something with a building wand or something. I have no idea. I mean, this should be, but this should... Whatever. So yeah, decoration is minimal. I kind of should focus on it, but it's I mean, functional. So yeah, we've got a kitchen, dining table, upstairs bathroom with a working mirror, which, I mean, I have huge respect for Crayfish who programmed that in, and a bed, of course. You'll see there's not much in the base. A lot of it is under the base, so that's where we're gonna go next. First off, dock with a portal to the mining dimension. I'll go there later. First, we're gonna go to my own base. So first basement. Yeah, I tend to always work in basements. I don't know why, I just find it easy. No space constraints, minimal design work, so I like it. Everything is focused around the ME system from Applied Energistics. There's a load of resources in here. Yeah, basically the only thing I sometimes struggle with is coal, because I use absolute tons of it. But the crafting is done. As you may have seen on stream a couple of days ago, I started work on some more solar panels. Yeah, some basic machines for my for like quick use for stuff I don't have on autocraft, or that I don't see the point of autocrafting in. Yeah, we'll go here first. So black hole controllers, they hold 12 black hole units, which hold items that I deem need a black hole unit because I just have so many of them. Cobblestone generators, because I want to fill up one whole black hole unit. And here I just automated production of some items. Here's sand. This makes gravel so I can make flint. And this makes silicon that I then transform into raw silicon. Here we have a obsidian farm. I'm gonna go through here. Kind of. Oh, no, I did not want to break that. Oh no. Yeah, I can TP out of here, I think. Yeah, I'll do that in a sec. Can I? Okay, I can. Anyway, I have a lot of power gen, so I can just use this to make oh damn, this is actually getting bottlenecked. Okay. Lesson learned. But that doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Alright, and then there I set this up in the last stream as well. We have automated plastic production, so that's this whole setup. 4 tree fluid extractors, which make latex. Gets turned into tiny dry rubber, that gets turned into dry rubber and smelted into plastic as a alternative to rubber from industrial craft. An enchanting setup, that is a very weird graphical glitch. And yeah, okay, that's just book. Tinker smeltery setup, I'm gonna change that, but I have an idea. I just don't know how I'll execute it yet. Then my bag vault. This is my. Did you get in here? Did I? No. Okay, there we go. 5.25 billion. Sorry. Micro infinity per tick. So that's the same as a ref per tick. Absolutely huge amount. There's 210 Vibrintz capacitor banks. You see, where are y'all coming from? Did something corrupt? Right. Whatever. And a smaller secondary one, and then convert into 2 lines of different sizes, or different quality of conduits at least. Backup power with lava. Don't really use it. Nothing really back there. That's not in use at the moment. Auto crafting setup. Rather simple. Might make a video on it if I need a second. How do you call it? Molecular assembler tree, I guess. A huge ME controller, just so I have plenty of channels. Yeah, so that thing fills a whole 32 channel dense cable. This in total is like 300k crafting storage, because there's a 64 behind there, otherwise they don't work. 2 64ks and a 16k. Might add some more, we'll see. Also in stream we did this, or at least this was already built. We transferred over everything and, fingers crossed, split everything that usually happens concurrently into different machines. So for example, alloys, we split energetic alloy and vibrant alloy, because this requires energetic, and this way when energetic gets made, it can go into here. So that was a basic gist of it. Industrial Craft 2 crafting setup. This is going to get improved. I am crafting hella crystals at the moment. Yeah, I'm about a third of the way through. Nah, that's a lie. Just over a third. But yeah, this takes a while, so this is why I'm going to improve this as well. And I AE2 stuff with silicon presses. Very handy for auto crafting. I automated it before I put AE2 stuff in the pack, but yeah, I mean, might as well use them now that I have them. So there you go. So then I said this was my first basement. Let's go down to the second basement, which is my farm basement. These, wait, so this, there's one back there. This, and this are were for the most part energy production farms. So I used all of these in a bioreactor to turn it into biofuel, and I powered biofuel generators which in turn gave me power. Now that isn't sufficient anymore, so I have that as a backup emergency power system, and my main power source is solar panels. It's configured, and I can actually show you that upstairs, because I think I forgot to do that. I have a system that determines if I go below a certain threshold of power in the system, the auxiliary system kicks in and it shuts off when I get above a certain number. Sheep farm for wool, these are actually sheep from, you don't tell me, from the Twilight Forest. Doesn't really matter, but it gives me every kind of wool. Ender lilies, I just booted this farm up again earlier today. Yeah, let's actually first go check out this power thing. Here we go. So, this is set to emit a signal when it's under 65% full, and stop that signal when it gets back to above 80. So basically this thing gets like here-ish in power, sends redstone signal to my biofuel generators and bioreactors to turn on. Alright, one more thing here, or two more things actually. This is all my, what's it called, grid power? Yeah, grid power generation. Way more than I should need, but hey, better to have more than not have enough. And here's my control panel we built a couple of episodes ago. This controls all my farms and my quarry. Then, basically the last big basement is mostly my tree farm. Absolutely huge tree farm, and it actually covers this whole thing. I think that's, yeah, 12 by 12, so that's a 25 by 25 area, I think. I mean, we can quickly see this. So go to Z0 or 1, yeah, or 24 by 24. No, it's centered, so 25 by 25. Yeah, okay. Anyway, saves all the wood and apples in here. Saplings go over to my power gen. All my wood, or at least everything that doesn't go into... This is a priority. Basically, this thing fills up. You see it working. Makes charcoal, and that powers my Botania setup. And all the wood that doesn't get used goes in here. Botania setup, I mean, with this I basically... I'll turn this preview off now. Thank you. I have way more than enough wood to constantly keep this open and power this for any needs I have. I may need an Elven mana spreader, because at times when I'm using one of the two catalysts, it's heavy use. So yeah, I do tend to burn through mana pool rather quickly then. Just portals, and this was my starter mine. Mined this whole thing out with my mining turtle that's currently residing upstairs. And this is loud. This is my Grains of Infinity farm. Do I have... Okay, I have 150 flint steel. Right, so this is constantly making Grains of Infinity, but then get transferred upstairs. And let's see how many grains I have. 52,000. Not bad. Right. So basically that's the inside of my base, or my main base at least. And we'll cover my my other buildings now, after I just have a quick nap. Let's start off at the power gen, shall we? So power gen is a small building here, not finished. I want to put a reactor back there with a cooling tower. So that's gonna have to be built at some point. But as I said here, I have my... Oh, screw off. My bioreactors. These are all full with mushrooms, which I'm infinitely producing in the basement of this building. And then pumpkin and melon and all the other resources that I produce in my second basement. I gets fed into all these biofuel generators. These just about keep up with the bioreactors. They actually made a tiny bit more biofuel than I need, but it's not enough for one more. Plus, this is symmetrical, and that's more important to me. And then all these solar panels, so that's 16 each tile. 5 times 16, quick maths, is 80, 160. And then that's 200 solar panels, if my quick maths are correct. Which makes an absolute ton of power. I can't physically put more solar panels in a square without having to separate the cables, which I don't really want to. I got a couple more there, but that's for the auto crafting. Got a small barn for my 2 horses and my pig. Nothing important. Doggo, because accidentally killed one of my doggo while he was defending me. Yeah, rip Bernard. Yeah, a spider was in my base. He attacked it. I shot at the spider. Forgot my bow has multi-shot. And one of the arrows killed my dog, which is rather sad. So here we have another wall of barrels. So of course this is also connected to my ME system. And purpose of this is just to store every single item that my farms produce. My mob farms, that is. I'll just quickly check this. 28526. Okay, that's correct. So the only thing here that also gets fed by something else is ender pearls by my ender lily farm. And I just wanted to see if it actually fed into here, and it appears it does. Okay, you're getting up there again. Yeah, we can go back in there. Alright, so if we quickly take a look at the farms, that's slime, I think this is squid. No, guardian, that is squid. And shulkers. Oh, quick screen freeze. There we go. Happens sometimes. It's rather a heavy world. Bliss, yes, a bliss, and that's gonna be a blaze, yes. Then we have 2 more down here, which is Enderman, yes, okay, you can go into that mode. Enderman and Wither Skeleton, yes, and then we just have a dark room here. Perfect. This constantly spawns and kills, XP gets stored. You might think, why is this in here? I'm gonna kill her Joe. What I do is put my sword in there. If I want to grind some XP for it, throw a lower range upgrade into my mob crusher. So these 2 don't overlap. This grinds XP if I need to repair it. I have a tool forge here. Just put a piece of manual in and my sword in there. Almost fully repaired. And there we go. So this constantly makes spores so I can make nutrient distillation. Doesn't use a whole lot of it, so I'm still getting a net win on rotten flesh. And that is basically this whole building. Just mob farms. Not the most efficient design for it, space-wise, but hey, looks nice, I guess. Still working on this one. This is this will be my, what's it called, railcraft building. So yeah, basic purpose, I'll have some locomotives in here as decoration, but it is mainly to house all the machines I might need for that mod. So, another thing I want to mention is I will add some more mods. I'll come back to that at the end of the video. So more buildings are going to be added to my compound. Now, that is basically my base. So I think now we are gonna head to Jojo's base over there. I'll see you there. Alright, going into Jojo's base, there is a predominant team here, which I will say is not suitable for young eyes. But hey, yeah, I shouldn't go back there. I'm not gonna say why. Anyway, so this whole thing was partly destroyed, actually. I completely rebuilt it, but apparently seem to have forgotten once there. So yeah, I mostly rebuilt it after, and I'll show you. I mean, this setup speaks for itself. I mean, that's his power gen. Worked on magma, as basically all of us did early and mid game. All his machines, no auto crafting here yet. Here we go. This was the portal room. A lot of portals are now gone because we had a world corruption problem at one point. What it did in my base wasn't too bad. It just removed all my water blocks. Kind of annoying for some things because I had to replant my whole sugarcane farm. Rather annoying as there were a lot of water blocks hidden there. So I had to find them. But at Jojo's base, one rift portal door got removed. That made a huge rift, which devoured this whole side of his base. But yeah, so basically a rift room, player heads and bedroom. With very dangerous end crystals there, so I'm not gonna touch those. Yeah, he's got a pink slime farm, which I just steal like a parasite now. Tree farm which is completely backed up because the cache is full. He also has a dark room farm here behind this. And he actually has a bit more XP than I do. Or it's almost the same. I think we're literally on the same level. A whole botany setup with a nice hedge. Powered by the Twilight Forest. And painted cobblestone, apparently. Because these rainbow oak leaves are not easy to get to come by. So basically we all use kind of the same thing. It's a bit overkill for mana spreaders, but it does look cool. Oh, there's a ram here. Damn, this thing has low health. So yeah, just normal standard setup. These really don't empty, do they? Okay. And then this cooling tower. So he started this. I basically finished the tower itself and the contents. I completely removed and then rebuilt. So his idea was laser bases and laser drills. I was like, I take that idea and I amplify it. So there are 16 of them, one for every color of lens. Okay, you are working. So yeah, this is basically as compact as I could do it. I probably will put some more in here for lenses of resources that I am short on. But that's a thing for later. Now, what this does, and this is a joint project with, well, no, not really a joint project. I did this after the world got single playered. So basically, we have conduit facades with item conduits in there. All the ores those things generate are put in here. And then a train comes to pick them up. There's a system to hold the train there for a bit. Oh, there it is. I'm just gonna kind of get out of the way. And we can follow it after this. This is just perfect timing, isn't it? So train comes with a couple of chests. Now you really only need 2 chests. I think the other ones are gonna be... Okay, I can't click them open, so whatever. But you really only need 1 chest, but it's better to have 2 just for coverage. But you don't really need them. In the beginning there was a huge backlog, so I was like, okay, 4 chests will do, and they got completely filled every time. So this is a huge railway tunnel. Comes together with passenger rails. Go in here, and this is my auto processing plant or whatever. We're gonna change this to sack mills and sack mills and the furnaces from Ender.io. They go way faster. I mean, these really do not get backlogged. But apparently at some point, was it... no, stay in there. No, which one was it? Which one of yes? This one? Yeah, I think it was iron and lead got backed up because somehow a piece of gold ore ended up here and puts in a bar here, and then it just didn't know what to do. So kind of annoying, but hey ho. So my train comes here, unloads everything, and then gets on this merry way again to do the same thing all over again. So speaking of the railway tunnel, as it's getting night again, where does the passenger rail lead to? So as you may have seen outside of my base, we have a station with my train. And that goes underground, so that links up to that tunnel right there. And that tunnel leads to this building. So this is a station, a small bridge, rather simple, a Greek-looking temple lit up by energized glowstone and a tank, which honestly, I love it. I came up with this idea. There's not a lot in there because they self-equalize. So yeah, there's really not a lot in there. I think I can break one and it'll tell me. Yeah, there's actually 38 millibuckets in there. See? Boom. Just equalizes itself. That's connected to this, which also mostly lights up this. I probably will at some point add extra lights in here to replace the torches. But anyway, these 2 are the tracks that go to me. And we've linked up all the bases, or at least most of the bases with rails. So, I don't think we need to cut for this base as it's literally a short fly away. There's Jojo. We're now going to Sky High for LordNathan. These tunnels were blown up with nukes. So yeah, I mean it's really noticeable. But then I did this one. I like this design. Like it gives like, I don't know, very smooth transition, let's say. So it comes out of the mountain into a bridge. This is best I could do. I mean, I'm not a perfect builder by any means. So now the problem with this base is it's very high. So maybe what we'll do is get a station here with a loop track. But for now, and at the time, we just used elevator tracks to get a train here. And there's not even a station built because at that point, our lord had stopped playing. So there's also not a lot of technological advancements in the base. Yeah, there were also corruption problems here, which stopped this from working. I reactivated this on his request. So I just quickly go into the base here. It's basically just armor and huge swords and a throne. Yes. So down here, again, more armor. And yeah, like this just shows how basic it is. Yeah, for some reason, it really does not like me looking at aluminum wires. Like you can hear the sound glitching. Okay, there we go. Basically, all of these are powered by, I mean, 3 machines are powered by 1 magmatic dynamo, which is only reinforced upgrade and disheartened. So no big technological advancements here. Okay, that's an iron door, never mind. And that just leads outside to his rocket pad. But that's not really designed, I think. So there's that. You may think, why is this base up in the ground with a huge hole? Up in the air with a huge hole in the ground? Let me tell you, he used a item by Botania, which upon right-clicking a block, levitates a whole chunk of area. I mean chunk as in a amount, not a physical Minecraft chunk. So yeah, he right-clicked his door with it, trying to open it, and it levitated his whole base. So yeah, that broke his Botania setup. As you can see, you can clearly see how it divided the 2 areas. So then he right-clicked this, and it got up to the same level, luckily. So it's very handy for him. And that's where we all fight the Gaia Guardians. Right, and this is gonna keep happening. So yeah, just bear with it. Next up, well, let's go that direction. So currently we are hovering over world spawn. This is literally the spawn point around here. On the server you couldn't break it, so first thing I tried to do was break this frost garden. Didn't work. Didn't know why, but apparently that was a server setting. So yeah, so this is a spawn. That's why we also couldn't get into that leecher, but since yeah, still hasn't been opened. So yeah, world spawn, and then here we have the entrance to 1 base. Actually, oh, I did notice you could also get in here. I never knew he had this. Okay, you learn something new every day, even after a year and a half on the server. So this is Pyro's base. He also likes building in mountains, just like me, or in the ground. Oh, there we go. So I think he was one of the first to stop playing. So yeah, he did make a lot of advancements rather quick. But no ME system, that's only me and Jojo. But yeah, everything in caches, I mean, it's still a very good system. Very easy to find everything. I mean, except for like some... that's iron and that's steel, yeah. Like some look like ingots, but that's just the ingots' fault. Not you can really do about that. This used to be a launch pad, I think. There's still oxygen in there. And a tinker setup, but that's still working. I mean, it doesn't use any fuel as long as you don't put anything in it, so yeah, not really much to show you here. So yeah, I don't think I'm really going to show you a whole lot. Here we made the station, so this is an end track. And the other one, we could get off here, or we could continue without cutting, because it's really not far. Head into the mountain, head out of the tunnel, and get into Lisa's base. So she built a absolutely gorgeous pagoda, and that's basically it. That is the base. It's a beautiful pagoda, very well designed. Love the use of furnaces for this. And then you have a bottom part here with animals, basically all the important animals and deers, and a botania setup. So that's basically the extent of this. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to show you here. And now we have 2 more bases. I'm not gonna cut for the first one because it's very short, and then you can see the relation to my base. So there it is. And then this used to be a huge tree, like this one, but it burned down, probably because of a lightning strike while I was AFK. But there's nothing we can do about it now. But this used to be Sliver's base. So he has oil, I think. Yeah, he didn't really use this a lot. What his power gen was if we go here. Okay, there we go. Arboreal extractor, so they extract resin from wood. I mean, you just grow a tree in front of it, it extracts resin. Boom. Resin goes into a fractioning still. This requires power, so you do need to kickstart the system a bit. But as soon as you've done that, that's a net win on power. The fractioning still turns resin into tree oil. Tree oil can then be burned by a compression dynamo, and that's how you create power. So yeah, it's a whole self-feeding system. Rather simple, and that made his power. Oh yeah, also aqueous accumulator. This should not be... Okay, I'll just put a torch here. Yeah, I think some biomes got changed as well, so... Yeah, but again, he also stopped playing rather early on, so no big advancements, and then we have a hole in the ground there. So I'm just gonna head into this tunnel, and I'll meet you when I arrive. And we are coming up to the entrance, at least the part Jojo blasted through the, well, ground, and had to rebuild this part because it was also partly blown up. Now let's see, where is everything again? Can I go in here? Yes, okay. So this was Vibrintz's setup. Still like a couple of mid-game things, but also mostly early game because he was focused mostly on designing his base, which, I mean, a very nice design. Also an ME system, but I mean, not a huge amount of resources. But then again, I mean, if you look at this, it's quite easy to get a distorted view of what a lot of resources is. So yeah, again, I don't know a lot about this base because it wasn't, well, it isn't my base, so yeah, there's only so much I can tell you about it. I do know that there's a part under here, so is this an opening? Yes. So I do like this design with the archways, with lava and water, and then small scale farms. I like it, but that's basically it. So what we're gonna do is head back to my base, and then, as I promised, I'm not gonna show anything in the Nether because really there hasn't been anything built there apart from a couple of pump setups. So let's just head into the mining dimension. All right, we're at the top of the mining dimension. This was installed after the single playerification, if you will. So this was the one quarry I ran here. It's powered by solar panels, so it actually ran really quick. This didn't take long at all. But then a couple of episodes ago, I think this was like the 3rd or 4th episode, we built a frame quarry. And because it has gone a very far way, I, off camera, made some travel anchors so I can just do this and go to it. Now I need to update it again as my game froze for a bit. At times you'll see a part still remaining. I think that this is either lag or on world load. Not too sure. But there we go. There's a frame query. At the moment it's not working. Nothing to do with the lever, right? No, okay, fine. So yeah, everything still works here. Just mining wells might actually expand it, because as you can see on the chunks, I mean, I can expand it to here and to here for a 32 block coverage. At the moment it's 8 blocks. It wouldn't be an issue because they would still all be loaded by the chunk loader. And yeah, I mean, at the moment I think I have enough resources. This also puts quite a strain on my processing system, so that's why I've turned it off. Usually, I mean, it can cope with it, but then if something gets stuck, it really backs up. And at one point I had 4,000 iron ore in my MB system, which I've now luckily burned through. So then there's only one more thing, but this is more of a personal thing. Let's just fly through the anchor. There we go. And make the long way back. No, come on, teleport. Right. And then I'm just gonna show this. I've started digging a 64 by 64 hole with my pickaxe. I mean, just as a way of grinding some XP. If I'm bored, I just do this. It's nice to relax a bit this way. Yeah. I'm currently just digging out the edges. I've already gotten to, well, whatever Y level I'm currently at, because I can't see it. I could just F3, can't I? Yes. We're at Y120. The dirt layer goes up to 150 here. So yeah, I just dig out the edges, and then I can just vein mine everything in here, like vein mine here. Boom. And that just removes, like, I think it's 20-ish blocks that it's currently set to, or no, 49. Yep. So that's one way to do it. And I don't know, I just wanted to do this. See Hermitcraft YouTubers constantly dig huge holes, and I thought, hey, why not do it myself with extra tools and better tools. Yeah, there we go. That is the world I've been playing on YouTube. Now, as I said earlier, I do want to touch on extra mods, because as I have said before, this used to be based on Texit 3, and I've added extra mods myself, like AE2 stuff, which we saw in my auto-crafting system, but I've also added mine colonies. I've started work on that colony, but for some reason the building seems to be stuck, so trying to fix that at the moment. But there are also more mods that I want to add. Let me just get up my small sheet. There we go. So I've got a couple of projects in mind. I've started playing with immersive railroading, and I think it's a very neat mod. So I'm probably gonna download that and use it to get a connection between my colony and my base. So we're gonna add a different train station somewhere here, and a second building, but for immersive railroading then. Coupled with that, I'll also add immersive engineering. I prefer the way the crafting works in immersive railroading. If you didn't know, it has two ways of crafting. One, it checks if you have immersive engineering, and depending on whether you do or do not, the machines are built differently. So yeah, I'm gonna add immersive railroading. There's not really any materials it adds that I can't already obtain. Then we're also gonna add building gadgets. That's just very handy to do, as that thing took me like 2 days to build. Yeah, but building gadgets, I'm gonna be able to do that in like less than an hour. So that's why I'm adding that one. I also want to add extra plans for Galacticraft. At the moment, it's just base Galacticraft, nothing else. It has 3 planets, or well, planets. It has the Moon, Mars, and then Venus. I haven't gone to Venus yet, but I want extra planets so I can, well, go to Venus and then go to other planets it adds. But we're playing with that on a older mod pack, which I'm not making content on. So I'll test it out there a bit, see how I like it. But my friends have gone to the last planets and you really like it, so probably just gonna add it either way. But that's it. If I add new mods, you're probably gonna hear about it when I make an episode with them, or if I don't really cover them and they're just for my convenience, you may not hear about it, or you may do on stream. I don't know. So anyway, I think that basically covers all of it. There's nothing really else I can show you. I mean, there are a couple of extra builds, like a mob. I've got 2 small mob farms there. I don't really use this one, and this is just for leveling up my sword. So, I mean, in the end, kind of irrelevant for now. So anyway, while the errors are still popping up, I hope you enjoyed this video. I've showed you my whole Minecraft world. Nothing else I can really talk about or show you. And that's where we're going to leave it. So join me for the next episodes whenever they may come. That may be a while. So in the meantime, enjoy some Call of Duty, I hope, as it's the roots of my channel. But with that, nothing else is left for me to say, except I really do hope you enjoyed. Have an amazing day. My name is Kimirafer, and as always, I'm signing off. See ya.